Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.
You're traveling through another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of the imagination. Welcome to Midwest Scumbags tonight, folks. I'm your host, Skylar, here, as always, with my beloved co-host, Elliot, and we're going to take you on an adventure. A journey of the mind and body and soul. And then
That's
a door
right.
opens up, and it's like, the guy is, he's living with his cat, and, but he's the cat. He's the cat. Turns out. And that's an episode of The Twilight Zone for you, folks.
That's the twist.
The old one.
Yeah. The black and white suit.
Rod Sterling, yeah. The only that intro would have been almost perfect if I'd had a lit cigarette in my hand.
Imagine that you did. I did, anyway.
And that's an episode because I had a cigarette in my hand the whole time. I just couldn't see it for some reason.
Yeah,
something spooky, probably.
The twist is that you've got cancer from the cigarettes that you smoke constantly because it's the 1920s or 30s and cigarettes are still good for you according to doctors.
Yeah, they like prescribe them to you.
Yeah. Well, Sonny, you sound real stressed out. How about a nice Marlboro Red after work? That's
How about
that's
a
my
Chesterfield for your throat?
recommendation. Why, doctor, thanks. You fixed up my insatiable rage, but now I have a real bad cough. It's my 1920s, 30s guy voice.
Yeah, I've never really worked on a voice like that. The transatlantic.
Yeah, that news scoop voice. I don't news boy.
Well, yeah,
Hey, like L.A. Noir kind of that voice. Everybody
Right.
talking like that. I've never worked on it, but I want to. I liked L.A. Noir. It was a fun game. I never actually finished it because
I didn't either.
It got super depressing at the whatever the like main act change, second act, third act, where I even forget what happened. Like he cheated on his wife, and so he got demoted at work from murder to like arson, and so it was like a bad thing to be an arson investigator. It was like shameful or something. After being on Vice and whatever,
Homicide.
Yeah, but like homie cheats on his wife, and then he's like sad, and like I got to that point in the game, I'm like, oh, but we're still solving crimes, I guess. Okay, it was just depressing as fuck.
I mean, it is a noir. So
It's a what?
a noir. Noir.
Yeah, noir.
So it's got to be, kind of depressing, right? That's a staple of the genre.
Yeah. Typically some kind of downer ending. It's not the status quo of normal, hero triumphs and gets the girl and saves the day.
The dame.
The dame.
As they said. No one remembers that game for the story, though. It's not what is brought up whenever somebody talks about L.A. Noire. I mean, it's...
No, I hardly remember the plot.
It's the facial animations that they did. It was, like, groundbreaking at the time, but it like, looked really just weird.
Yeah.
On some of the characters. Like, I know that old man gets posted a lot on the internet, memed a lot, and it's like, is this man lying and his, like, face is all contorted and... I think he might be lying. Or like another thing is like if you pick the wrong stuff, you could just be a total dick. Like I remember in one case this like 15-year-old girl was raped, and like if you pick all the wrong option, he like accuses her. It was like her fault that she got raped. Yeah. Another dude that if you pick the wrong one, he's like, "You like fucking kids, don't you?" It's just it was kind of like Fallout 4 did the same, and you wouldn't tell. You only have the three options. It's like doubt, lie, or you believe them.
Yeah.
And it was you wouldn't know what you were gonna say till you picked it. So if you thought it was a lie, you would like accuse them of something, and it just led to some really hilarious, moments if you got it wrong. And you can get everything wrong and still solve the case. It's hilarious.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts.
Ludonarrative dissonance. Like, it doesn't matter. Your choices don't matter at all.
Oh, man. It's fucking brutal.
Yeah, I really want to play it again.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to finish the story just to find out what happens. The main dude is after I watched Mad Men, I think, after I played the game, but he's like he's one of the dudes in Mad Men. I don't even remember that character's name. I watched all of Mad Men because I'm a smart guy and can appreciate a period piece drama. I suppose. I don't remember a whole lot of the plot. It was just wild, balling out of control, money.
Thug life.
Yeah.
But in the 30s.
Yeah, yeah.
And not mafia related.
No, not mafia related.
Which is like the go-to for that time period if you want an interesting crime drama.
It's
or
true.
Drama at all.
Yeah. That's the genre, is that mafia, just a mafia movie or game or whatever. That genre, it's like westerns, It just takes place in a certain spot in a certain time.
Yeah,
yeah. I don't know. Did they didn't happen at the same time? No. Right? Mafia guys were after. No. Much after.
I mean, that would
the West.
probably be more like 1910s, maybe. I mean, it would be when a lot of people immigrated from Italy.
Okay.
That was the big, because that's the whole thing with the mafia. You got to be like a full-blooded or partial Italian or something like that.
Something like that. I have absolutely no Italian in my DNA, so
me either.
I can't be a mafia guy. It's unfortunate. I wanted to wear the checkered suit and walk around with a nice handkerchief in my front pocket, or what is that called? Pocket square.
Yeah.
They wear pocket squares.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm sure some mafioso did.
Yeah. They had pretty cool hats at the time, too.
That was when you could wear a fedora and not be a
not also have a katana. Like,
yeah, that'd be sweet.
That'd be cool. It'd be cool to be a mafia guy. I don't know. Thought it'd be fun.
It'd be fun to commit crimes, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it would be cool to be able to commit crimes and just like get away with it, because what are they gonna do?
You paid off the politicians,
testing?
you paid off the police, you paid off, all the local, well, not pay off, they would.
Yeah,
they had the protection racket on shops and stuff like that. That was a big. My only frame of reference for like mafia shit is The Godfather and mafia game that I played recently. So that's my frame of reference for it. I guess Goodfellas, I watched that, but it was like on TV, so I wasn't really super paying attention because commercials.
Yeah.
But I have seen the Godfather trilogy, so.
Oh wow, the whole trilogy, huh?
Yeah.
Look at you. I haven't watched any of those movies, but
it's because I'm a man of culture.
Yeah.
You can't say you're cultured if you haven't, watched the Mafia trilogy or Shrek.
Or I have seen the Shrek trilogy. That's one trilogy that I can firmly say that I watched multiple times. Shrek 2 was like a go-to, like, my teachers are hungover and they don't really want to teach us day. It was like they just put on Shrek 2, and it was like cool. Like
I mean,
that,
it is the best one, arguably.
Yeah.
Not even arguably. I mean, the first Shrek's great. Shrek 3 sucked. I haven't seen Shrek 4. I assume it sucks. Like,
yeah.
anytime, like, the main characters have kids, it just ruins it.
Yeah, like it's like have a story within your own fucking generation. Stop trying to pass the story on when you haven't really done a whole lot. Like, a lot happened in Shrek 2. You know, there was the whole castle siege and the giant gingerbread man, and that was a big deal for the time, but it's like, is that where you hang your hat? Are you done with adventures after you see a giant gingerbread man siege a castle? No, like you keep adventuring. You don't have 17 kids and then make the sequels all about the children's hijinks, because your story's over. Now you're just a fucking dad, and fuck you.
Isn't that like how you know, like with sitcoms especially, that's how you know the show is like run out of ideas, is when one of the characters ends up having a kid.
Yeah, they like have to introduce a new character somehow, and it's either like a distant uncle who is still like a little bit younger and is doing the party life, but he's getting up there in age, or it's introducing a new baby. And then it's like, oh, well, now we have to do all these things because, having a child. It's
literally Full House, isn't it?
I think so. I think it's literally Full House. I didn't like Full House when I saw it. But that's more because, like, my sister was super into it. And, like I've said before, you can't like the things that your siblings like until you're adults. And then it's okay.
Right, yeah. It's a fact of life.
Yeah. Or maybe that's just my own personal rule of, like, I don't want to copy people, so I don't like what they like, but they like popular things. So I don't like popular... Is this the...
Are you a hipster? Is that what you're telling me?
I guess...
How many episodes is this? How many episodes are we in? And I have not known that you were a hipster. I'm gonna have to get my lawyer for this one. Yeah.
Just go back and scrub all the episodes for whenever I said some fucking stupid hipster bullshit.
I just don't want to be associated with it.
Yeah, I know. It's a bit too late.
It's like being friends with a Nazi.
Like, I'll tolerate your beliefs, but, like, not really, Deep down, you don't really want to hang out with them. But, like, you feel bad. You just feel bad.
Tolerate a Nazi's beliefs.
No. No, like, I didn't mean beliefs. I tolerate, like, your existence, I guess. Is because, like, they take their beliefs super seriously. So it's like their beliefs are their existence. This is me covering for saying something stupid a second ago, but...
This is the one where he gets canceled, folks.
Yep.
This is it.
This is it. I'm not a Nazi sympathizer.
It'll also be our most viewed episode, too.
Dude, probably.
It'll get passed around to everyone.
Yep. This will be the one they chop up, and they're like, look at all these dog whistles that they're doing, or whatever. I don't know what all the terms are. That's one, right? Is trying to be, like, say something sneaky to mean... Like, oh, haha, I'm actually racist, wink, wink.
Oh, yeah, like the okay with your hand, that gesture.
Yeah.
But it looks like a W and a P.
Oh, yeah. I have heard of that recently. Yeah, I didn't know that was actually a thing.
I mean, recently, like within a couple days, I know, like, articles were getting big that they were wanting to cancel the thumb emoji because it was insensitive in some way.
What? Really? Just the thumbs up?
Yeah, it may have just been like over sensationalized clickbait, whatever, but I'm sure that there are some people that buy into it. Twitter. The twittards.
Oh. I heard Elon has to actually buy them or something now. Like, he can't back out of it.
I think so, yeah. I believe that dude, he's fucking unhinged.
Is he?
Crazy. He tweets some crazy ass shit. Like, dude could just, like, fade into obscurity and live life as a billionaire, whatever. have his rockets and his electric cars and his what was it, the Hyperloop
Yeah.
that he wants to make, which is essentially just a train tunnel but for cars.
Just a train car tunnel.
But yeah, he said like some genuinely just unhinged stuff. It's crazy.
Man, I had no idea. I saw that I don't know if this is recent or it was just new to me, that he like has some sort of stake in this company that makes like they make like quick houses that fold up out of like a box. It's super crazy. Boxable, I think is what it's called. I have it on a sticky note somewhere, but like you could just buy a house and unfold it and shit. It's fucking crazy. Set it up anywhere. Real like shit that just makes sense as far as, I don't know, a housing thing with minimalism, I suppose.
I see.
Yeah, he's got his hand in that. He's got his hand in cars and
flamethrowers.
Flamethrowers are dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't give that one up.
Space. He wants to put billionaires on Mars.
Mm-hmm.
So they can have a little billionaire colony and not have to deal with us regular folk. They can have like Mars on Twitter and it's just billionaires.
Dude, that gives me hope, because like they still need janitors around, right? So you can, if you're going to Mars, you think as a Mars billionaire, you're cleaning up after yourself. You're fucking mopping the floors once a week with I don't know.
With the space mop and space water.
Yeah, space mop. There it is. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, how the fuck does mopping work in outer space? Oh shit, dude. Maybe I won't have a job in outer space world. Because you can't mop.
I mean, stuff has to stay clean somehow. There's got to be someone who regulates it.
Yeah. Like a sanitation engineer or something.
If anything,
you probably have to
I
have
think
a
it would be
master's
more
degree.
important because you really have to be not super wasteful with anything.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I feel like once we get to Mars colony setup level of technology, we'd be, like, recycling our own feces into more different other nutrients or into, like, immediate potting soil or something. I don't know. We'd be like 100% efficient before we could try to tame a different environment.
Environment that is literally hostile to our life as we know it.
Yeah.
Unless we learn how to breathe nitrogen.
We'll work on it. I mean, nitrous is pretty close to nitrogen, right? So we just...
Yeah, pretty close, except you can, like, suffocate.
I mean, it's the first couple letters, so, like, if you just abuse nitrous, you could probably breathe nitrogen by the end of it, if you make it through that.
Like a forced evolution kind of thing? Like we put humans in nitrogen-rich environments and raise them to breathe nitrogen?
Yeah.
That's just crazy enough to work, I think. I'm all for human experimentation.
Yeah.
I'm all, just skip the, just skip the animal testing, go straight to human.
Just straight to human fucking genetic manipulation, man. Fucking...
There's that one dude in China that, like, genetically cloned twins, I think. And he did it, like, he went in and fucked with their DNA to make these children. What? Yeah.
That's crazy, huh?
I want to say, I'll need to look it up, but it was like 2 years ago, I think. They were born, and, like, it's huge ethical dilemma. Like, he's in some serious shit, but he was like, he did it. He proved it could be done.
Oh, man. Huh.
It's like that dude that sewed the dog's head onto the other dog.
Is that real? Is that
yeah, that's real. Some Russian scientist dude.
And the dog lived?
Yeah, both of them.
How? What the fuck?
I mean, I think the one that lasted longest only was like 30 days after the fact. But
damn.
Apparently, he was like a huge pioneer in organ transplantation because he got it to work for 30 days. putting another fucking dog's head. It's a weird. There's an image of it. I don't know if it's fake or not, but it looked fucking real, and it was like, god damn. That's one of those cases where science has just gone too far.
Yeah, dude.
But it had to. I mean, it led to medical breakthroughs.
That's crazy. That's like not science fiction anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
no.
or at least it's the first step of no longer being science fiction. Because like I think of the Futurama episode where like Fry and Amy get in a crash and like Fry gets decapitated and they like sew his head onto Amy's body while they like regenerate his regular body.
Good example.
Yeah. It's like that, but 2 dogs. In
Yes.
like real life, like IRL. That's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah. There was that different experiment, but they grew a human ear on a mouse. Or maybe it was a mole rat. I can't remember. But they like altered its DNA so that it would start producing, whatever, cells that would form an ear.
What? That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Dude. Science is scary.
It's like black magic.
Dude, it is. It's like we're at that stage. We're at that point now that can we take it for like what's next? What is next as far as where we draw the line between fiction and reality in terms of scientific technological advancement? I don't know if that sentence made sense, honestly.
I'm just trying to think of what would be maybe like impregnating an ape or whatever with human.
Ooh,
that would be pretty fucked up, or vice versa.
Yeah, you grow a human baby in a chimpanzee's.
Whatever is the closest related to us genetically, There's only it's like a 1%, 2% difference, something like that.
Oh man, that would be so weird.
Well, yeah, it would be crazy. Like, what would it be? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, our ancestors banged Neanderthals.
That's true. Yeah,
and they were a different species.
Fuck the Neanderthals.
We did. That's why we're here. We bred them out of existence. Basically,
fucking awesome. Take that, Neanderthals. What's up, dude?
It's what Big Neanderthal doesn't want you to know.
Yeah. Fucking way better than you. I like that idea of at least in Hitchhiker's Guide, the books, they explain that like human beings they weren't like originally from Earth, if that makes sense. Like there was some sort of like crash spaceship and it landed on Earth, but it was like, normal humans, like what we would recognize, but they landed in the times of like Neanderthals and then like, wiped them out off the planet. And then it's like, oh, okay, humans didn't really ascend from apes or like ape families, that they were just aliens the whole time. Like, It's fucking, yeah. I read a lot of those books because I read a lot of books out of, being a sad, lonely child, but whatever.
The library is your only friend.
It really is, dude. Library's great. It's fantastic. I just like, I don't know when it was that like I got super into reading. I will say that it's like it definitely helped with 4th grade. I had a teacher and she would read like a series of unfortunate events to us, so that was cool. And she was super hot, so like that helped. I think that's what got me into reading.
Was a super hot babe.
It was a babe of an elementary school teacher who was not looking at me in any fucking. I was like 6,
Right? Yeah, obviously.
But I was in love, so I was in love. That was a fleeting time in my life where I was like, oh, This lady likes to read books too. She must be my soulmate, but no, she's like 20-some years older than me. Fuck, dude. Oh my god, she might be 50 now. Holy shit.
Probably. That's how time works.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I never thought about that. Holy shit. I guess I've never really thought about teachers outside of like when I was in their class, that moment in time, and then after that they've all sort of disappeared from my memory, and you know, it's sad. Whatever.
I can vaguely remember some of them. I remember the ones that I didn't like.
Yeah.
The ones I did. There are some that I remember I did like that were nice, but I had a lot of really mean teachers. They were all older women too, like really old. Yeah.
Like that angry Catholic nun teacher kind of archetype.
Yes, my first grade teacher was like that. Like I remember specifically one instance when we got like I don't know, we were learning about animals or some shit, and we got like a picture of a pig that we were supposed to color, but I drew a mustache on it and poop coming out of its butt, and she got mad at me, and I'll never forget that. I just remember picking it up and like, and then she showed it to the class and ripped it up, and I had to sit in timeout, and I couldn't go to recess the next day.
Wow, what a bitch. Fuck that teacher.
My friend thought I showed it to my friend, and he laughed, and that's what brought her over.
Dude, that's I have a similar story. One of my fifth grade like reading class. That was when they switched up or they split literature up into like reading and writing classes. I don't know. It was weird. But anyway, I had a reading teacher, and she like told us the story of Lewis and Clark and Sacagawea or whatever. I don't know how you actually pronounce it, but she was like, she's telling a room of 5th grade boys that like Sacagawea died of having diarrhea. Like, like you're gonna expect me to sit there with a solemn look on my face as a 5th grade boy when you tell me that this lady died of having diarrhea. I was like, are you kidding me? I mean, like, well, my friend at the time too, one of my friends in that class, he like looked over at me and like made this face at the exact same time that she was saying this, and I was like in the middle of sitting gathered where, you know, we had to listen to her talk about Sacagawea for something. And yeah, I started laughing because because it's kind of funny.
It
just
is
shitting
funny.
yourself to death. I
should have just said
funny.
Dysentery. I mean, that's probably more than likely what it was.
Yeah, like that's, you know, back. You're gonna tell a group of children that she died of diarrhea, and to be like, to take it super seriously and like get mad if somebody laughs at that. I mean, come on, fuck that teacher,
yeah,
dude.
Those teachers with stakes up their ass, man.
Dude,
God.
For real.
They were the worst.
Fucking terrible. That same teacher, like at some point during that year or two, I figured out this fun trick to like, because I was bored as fuck all the time. So I would have like how you hold your pencil, but then you just put like a second pencil on top of it, and then just like write normally, and you write with 2 pencils at the same time. Fucking, that was like my invention. Like I invented that of my own free will, and it blew my mind as a child, and I wrote my name on my desk with 2 pencils at the same time. Fucking, I was proud of it. I was proud. I was like, that's awesome. And then like we rotated classes or whatever, and then like the teacher came and pulled me out of the next class, and like there was the kid who was sitting at my desk, and like he like pointed it out, and like I had to like erase it and like wipe the desk down. I got all in trouble for writing in pencil when I thought, and I was like, why am I being punished for being so innovative and smart? Are you kidding me? No other kid in this class figured out how to write with 2 pencils at the same time in one hand. You fucking ingrate. But
and that's why you have anxiety. It's shit like
Dude,
that. It's little
honestly.
shit like that really just sticks with you and makes you not
Yeah.
want to be creative.
Exactly, dude. Like, here I am using my brain to think outside the box, and I get fucking punished for it. Like, man, that's when I knew it was all corrupt. And then from that point on, I decided to be a villain. Ever since 5th grade. At some point in 5th grade. Gave it all up. I was like, I'm going to start wearing my hair, covering one eye, so that people think I'm mysterious. And
Right. Wear a trench coat and really baggy pants and stuff.
Because trench coats aren't bad at all, and nobody ever uses them for horrific crimes.
Never.
Never.
Not even the mafia.
No. They were all dressed real nice. The mafia, they had the pinstripe, like 3-piece suits. I talk about clothes a lot. What's wrong with me, man? Why am I so into clothes?
It's because you're vain.
Yeah. Shit. You're right.
Like, that's the only reason.
You're
There's
right.
no other reason why.
There's no other reason to talk about clothes is other than being vain. Yeah. Because if you're not vain, you're good with wearing whatever, like burlap potato sacks and stuff. It's just clothes, right? Why would you care about it? But I care about it.
That's a good question. I've never really thought about it. Why do I give a shit? Because society makes me.
Yeah.
They force me to wear clothes. Like, if I don't, I'm a freak.
Oh,
That's
I'm the
technically
pervert.
Sexual assault. Whatever.
Oh, I get put on the list because society tells me I have to wear clothes. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
just no reason for it.
There's really not. There's really not.
Thinking about Mafia did wear trench coats. I was wrong.
Oh, did they?
What do you think they wore in the rain? How do you keep
Oh,
your nice
fuck.
fancy suit?
Oh, you're
You know,
right.
from
Yeah,
getting
like
soaked.
Dick Tracy. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wear a nice big trench coat. Also, you can stick a gun in there too, I guess.
Good
A
old,
heater,
good old
as
Thompson.
they called it back in the day.
Oh, a heater?
Yes, a heater.
Like,
hey, come
like
get your heater. Make sure you
Hey.
go packing.
Get your heater over here.
Tommy or Vinny or any other, typical. In Mafia, there was a guy called Giuseppe.
Giuseppe. I fucking love that name, dude. I really might make my son's middle name Giuseppe.
And you have no Italian in you at all. That's great. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Just growing up in America, white as all hell, and your name is Giuseppe.
Yeah.
A very,
Super
very
British.
hardcore Italian name.
Yeah. It's like if I named my son Ezio. Like, come on.
I mean, the American equivalent would be like naming your son Albert.
Albert. Ooh.
Like an old man name.
Like yeah. I like that name Albert though. That's maybe just because I'm Elliot and like we established I'm vain and I like anything that's like me.
Just the same letter at the start of your name.
Yeah.
Same 2 letters.
Oh, that makes the L sound at the beginning. Well, I like that. Like electricity, or
I do like electricity.
yeah. Elocution. I always speak very clearly, and people don't ever ask me to repeat things because I mumble. No, I mumble. But elocution is important, and I like it. And
It's being eloquent, right?
Yeah.
And you like being eloquent.
Mm-hmm. I like being eloquent. Eloquent. This is the word association part of the episode where we just fucking say words.
I guess it's like that one Come Town episode where they just like say like movies, but what if it was like gay or something?
Yeah, we could just steal their shtick and,
Like,
say
what if
something,
it was The Godfather,
it's
but
gay?
it's just two Italian dudes having sex?
Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm having gay sex over here. That's my Italian is also just New York for me in my range of voices.
What if it was the Little Mermaid, except she was Jewish?
I don't know. What are Jewish things that are also underwater? I don't know.
I'm not
She'd
gonna
be
touch
like,
that one, Elliot.
oh,
I'm
okay,
sorry.
all right, okay. I just had the idea that she would be she'd be finding like fancy things at the bottom of the sea, and she's like, these are just free, and then that's the joke. But anyway, moving on. What you've been playing Mafia?
Yeah, that's why we've had so many Mafia references in this episode.
Yeah.
Plus,
You've
the
been playing
Mafia's super
Mafia.
cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
I'm
fun,
sorry.
dude. They're cool. Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, I've literally just been playing Divinity, and I mean, we talked about it a little bit beforehand, but just CRPGs in general, like, I don't remember when I bought Divinity Original Sin 2. It was like on sale at some point, but I bought it and I was like, okay, whatever. I'll play it at some point. And then I played a huge chunk of it in one go, and I was like, this is really good. I want to take a break. And then that break was like 3 years. And then I re-downloaded it and picked it up, and it sucked me right back in. It's so fucking good, dude. Just the whole setup, the turn-based combat with, like, action points, and all the gear, all the things, all the story, like, every place. I want to say the whole map was like handcrafted, dude. There's not a single spot that's like you run into this camp, but it's not tied to like 2 or 3 other quests or everything. The story is fantastic. It's so good, dude. I am on like a fantasy CRPG kick now. I need to finish Divinity. I just bought Pillars of Eternity 2. Because it's on sale right now.
Oh, yeah,
as of this episode.
I've played a bit of that one.
Yeah. I've heard that it's like, it's always, same thing with like the Divinity I'm playing. It's always in one of those YouTube top 17 best CRPGs that you should be playing now. Like, they're both on that list. So I'm going to get super deep into that. And,
I love
yeah.
lists like that. Those
Mhm.
top, it's like, here are the top 12 shampoos you must use before you die.
Number 7 will blow you away. Yeah. Fucking.
But I get those, lists all the time recommended to me. I'm sure, every single one would be for CRPGs. I bet Divinity is. I mean, it's one of the ones that always comes up, like you said. I played a bit of Pillars of Eternity. 1 and 2.
Was it cool?
2. Yeah, I played more of 2 than I did 1. But it was mainly just because my computer couldn't handle it. And then I played 2 on console. And, it's fine. I don't think CRPGs play well on consoles. I mean, for what it was, Pillars was good. But as soon as I got, like, 4 or 5 people, in my party, the turn-based battle just took forever. And
Oh, man.
managing all those people with a controller, it wasn't, like, the best. I feel like a mouse would be more intuitive. or keyboards
Yeah.
with hotkeys.
Oh yeah.
Because it'd be like if you want to open up this menu, hold L plus LB and then hit X, and then it'll open up the magic menu or the skills menu, or there'd be yeah. It was just a so I got like maybe 5 or 6 hours into it before I was like, I just can't do these type. It happened before with Planescape and Planescape Torment.
Yeah.
Same, genre. And I mean, I got pretty far into it, but as soon as the combat like really got hard, I was like, this just sucks with the controller.
Yeah.
It's like playing Civ with a controller.
Oh God, be a nightmare. Even like when I first played Dragon Age Origins, the first one, I played that on like PS3, and it's with a controller, it's fucking terrible. It's just real bad.
Yeah, even when you can stop time or whatever, and queue up actions, it's still like, okay, well, everybody's done their actions, so now I have to stop time again. And when you could just like have it bound to shift 1, 2, 3, or these specific actions for one character, and
Was it like? It's not like an RTS, is it, or is it turn-based?
What Pillars of Eternity?
Yeah, Pillars of Eternity.
It's I think it plays almost the same as Divinity. It's just that
Oh, okay.
Though I really don't know. You can pause combat and like queue up actions in it? Because you can just like let it run and play your character. But
okay. Huh.
But there's like a tactical, you can stop and then have each character do one thing and target,
Okay,
maybe it is different. I don't know.
It might be a little bit, just because that's every like fantasy game has to have some weird way of doing their things that's just different from the standard, like just the regular old Dungeons and Dragons. Like right now, whatever edition it's right 5, it's a whole system, but it kind of works sort of like Pathfinder does. I don't know dick about Pathfinder, but I'm just saying I know it runs differently. Just game mechanics and shit like that. But I think that changes.
Gameplay of it. I didn't want to get too spoiled because I really want to play
whatever
it
system
looks like
the fucking
really
game
good
is
from what
based
I've
off
seen.
of. Like Baldur's Gate 3 is running off of straight up D&D 5e, which is crazy. I'm super pumped for Baldur's Gate. Like, it's been like yeah, it looks fucking sick just from the early. I think it's been in early access for like 2 years, but I've only seen
I'm not well
a
versed
little
in
bit
D&D
of
lore.
like
I played a little
how
bit of Baldur's
things
Gate,
work, but it's all sort of based on dice rolls.
There was one on, was it Dark Alliance? That
Everything
was on PS2?
it's based in the. I want to say it's based in the Forgotten
That's
Realms
the one I played a lot of.
area of D&D. Maybe not. Probably not. But I don't know. I really like that fucking world.
Yeah, it was like you
Yeah.
picked one character, and yeah, I totally agree with whatever you were just saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not everybody can have as well informed of an opinion as me, but I just happen to be right in this case. So I'm glad that you recognize that. Thank you for that.
Real recognizes real, Elliot. That's what we're all about here at Midwest Scumbag, is real recognizing real and the truth.
Yeah. The truth and real recognizing real. But it's real, REEL, and that's where you swap I forget what it's called in Hollywood. Your sizzle reel, your hot, whatever. Like, I've been in this commercial, and here's my sex tape with Ray J and stuff like that. Like, sizzle reels, I think is what they're called. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds right. Something you'd want to show to your like potential manager.
As you're applying for like a. Yeah.
Or your mom.
Well, yeah, you gotta run it by your mom. What are you gonna put a sex tape out there and not get your mom's approval? Come on.
Or have your mom produce it, maybe.
Directed, fucking she's like mixing the sound for it and sitting in a dark room, just like trying to get the levels of the wet slapping to be the same. Yeah. Welcome back to the show, everybody.
Yeah, we had a little pause there. In reality,
Yeah.
In true Midwest scumbag fashion, true Midwest faction, my neighbor's a psycho,
Yeah.
so
That figures.
he likes to yell. Likes to yell when he's angry. He's got a lot of evil inside him. He needs that dude from whatever, the Green Mile, to come suck the black stuff out of him.
Oh man, The Green Mile. That was a good movie. I don't know if I've actually seen it all the way through, because it was like 2 VHS tapes back in the day, and I was like, am I gonna...
Yeah.
Like, that's a long-ass movie. 2 whole VHS tapes? Yeah, right, dude. So...
I remember Pearl Harbor was like on 3 or 4
Oh my
DVDs.
god, dude.
That was crazy.
Fuck, Pearl Harbor with, was that Cuba Gooding Jr. was in that?
Yeah, I don't ever remember watching
Yeah,
it.
I know I've seen, like, commercials.
I know it was in my, like, grandma's DVD collection, but...
Yeah. It was whatever movie I watched the absolute fuck ton out of. One of the first trailers was Pearl Harbor for it, so it was like, okay. So I knew of it, and I knew that Cuba Gooding Jr. was in it, and then he jumps on a machine gun, and he's like, ah, at one point, and that's all I remember. So that's Pearl Harbor. It was no good. In real life, it wasn't as fun.
It was bad. Yeah, it was bad. Brought us into the Pacific Theater, and, from there it's history.
Yeah. Dude, speaking of history, this fucking podcast could go out, like, during a nuclear war. How fucking crazy is that? There's a lot of alarmism, not to get, like, super real life now, but... There's a lot of, like, holy shit, we're on the brink of nuclear war, which I've heard we're on the brink of war, like, all the time, but that's not...
I mean, I would think we're almost always on the brink of
Yeah.
nuclear war because everybody can launch
Yeah.
them at any point. It all I mean, it really depends on how, what their range
Right.
is and where the most damage would be done, but, for the world in general, not a good thing.
I think
That's why disarmament is the only true way to achieve peace.
it's the good ending.
And then to take all the research for developing a nuclear bomb and, burn it and then kill everybody who knows. It's the sacrifice that has to be made for the greater good.
The only way that we finally put an end to nukes is to just, like, burn all of the intelligence and kill anybody who's ever known how nukes work. Isn't that, like, a lot of people? Isn't that, like, every science teacher, basically? And
basically, I mean, putting together, like, doing all the stuff with uranium and yellow cake, uranium, that's probably more, what do you call it, proprietary information. It's copyrighted.
Yeah. Hey, I got a yellow cake uranium over here. Yeah. Now he's a baby.
Paulie, where's the yellow cake? The boss is gonna cut our fucking tongues out.
Cake Boss is an Italian guy, right? I've seen... I think so, probably. I've seen a couple of those episodes where he's like, hey, I got a kitchen upstairs. And, like, they always get these custom orders for giant cakes that can't fit down the stairs. And it's like, oh, we gotta get it down the stairs. Sorry, that was just yellow cake uranium, and my brain went off on cake and yellow cake.
What if it was Cake Boss, but he only dealt with yellow cake uranium?
Hey, I'm making a nuke over here. Shut the door, you're letting all the radiation out.
I too have become death, destroyer of worlds.
There we go. Okay. Back on it.
That's it. It writes itself.
Yellow cake uranium boss. It'd be like a reality show, but they're like just super hardcore scientist guys. And there's the one guy in the show who's always in the full on like nuclear radiation suit, you know what I mean, with the the Amogus outfit basically, but just the panel for his face, but that's like blacked out, and you just don't know who he is. He wears it all the time, sitting in the cafeteria, and he has like his tray of food, but he's just in the full outfit. And that guy, he'd be a fun character for the show. And then
he'd be like the dude from Top Gear that like doesn't talk.
Is there a dude like that?
Yeah, he just like, but he's like super mean.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen Top Gear
because he's so popular. Yeah, I haven't either.
It's one that like I would like to see it. I would get into it, but there's like 3 versions of it, and I don't know which one to watch. So it's like, okay, I'm not gonna put effort into this. Just give me one. Just say this is Top Gear.
Just want one thing.
Man. So yeah.
I like to think that if they were making yellow cake uranium, it would be like like how they manufacture drugs, and everybody like has to get naked down into their underwear, like in some dirty favela. But they're doing nuclear science and developing a nuke. They're doing all the same steps, except they have to get, because you don't want people shoving the yellow cake up their ass and smuggling out that stuff. It's probably very expensive.
Smuggle it out. we can't have that.
No.
That it's just run the same way as a drug cartel, but it's all like nuclear fucking high science. Like like he's just in whitey tighties, but like the super heavy nuclear gloves, like fucking manipulating atoms and shit, but but just the mask and the gloves.
That's the kind of that's the operation I'd run.
Yeah, dude. Like you can't trust your employees. You can't. Theft is like the biggest
issue amongst corporations, is employee theft.
Corporate espionage.
It accounts for corporate espionage, but really it's just the fucking cashier stealing Snickers.
Yeah, he's just like, man, I've had a hard day. I deserve this, but that little bit, it adds up. You steal a Snickers bar every day. You don't know that the pharmacist at the CVS is also stealing like 3 Snickers bars, and then the pharmacy tech is like having 2, sometimes 3, depending on the weather. Snickers bars. They all just steal Snickers bars. That's where all the
that's where all the shrink is. They're like, why are we losing so much on Snickers bars? We ordered 3 cases last week, but it turns out, it's the mafia. It's the Snickers mafia.
You're gonna make these Snickers bars disappear. Capiche? Fucking using that as their laundering operation. Mars Co. is probably tied up in it. Mars.
Oh yeah, Mars. Yeah, they're definitely in the mafia.
Also, the billionaires on Mars. They're also in the mafia. I think everybody who isn't like us is in the mafia. I think that's how it works, right?
I think so. You're either mafia or you're not.
And I'm not.
And if you're not mafia, then what are you?
A fucking bitch, probably. I know I am, at least. That's just me speaking for me. So
That's just not how mafia works.
either you're mafia or you're not mafia. And if you're not mafia, then you're not mafia. Yeah. Fuck. Good.
Good bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Great
I'm
bit.
fucking. I don't know. I had nothing. I have nothing.
Yeah, I don't really have anything either.
Yeah.
Let's
Fuck
just fucking
it.
end the episode here. Fuck
Yeah.
you.